So excited to be here. Waiting for some of you to join in so that we can have this interesting conversation. I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about so many things, and I hope that we can capture what I want to capture in the 30 minutes. But you know what? Once you've been with me, you know I suck at time management. Sometimes, but I'm going to try to give as much as I can and talk about or bring my amazing guest that I talked about earlier in my post today. You've seen the flyers. She's absolutely fantastic. And like every week, today's question is, what is your biggest struggle right now? So every week for the past couple of weeks, I've been coming with an important question. And my question for you today is, what is your biggest struggle right now? And I'll tell you why this is very important. People are talking about, yes, and this is specifically with my participants and the posts I've been following last week. We're just talking about positive thinking. Okay, I'm feeling positive. Okay, things are opening and we're moving forward and I'm going to be employed and fantastic. Positive thinking. And like I said in my video yesterday, hopefully you guys watched it. It's great to be positive, but without an action, all of that's going to go no place, right? So an important ingredient of the whole positive thinking, and we're going to talk about it. That's the theme for this week, guys. Action, networking, taking it above, bringing value to the conversations that you're having. That's the theme of this week. And every single day, or if not every other day, you're going to be seeing me coming live with guests and talking about this important subject right now. When I talk about the important ingredients, there are two very important ingredients in literally everything you do. One is passion. If you're passionate about something, you're going to wake up excited about it. You're going to want to do more and more. But if you're passionate about something and don't have the skills for it, we had a conversation a little while back, and it was about, I have the skills, but I'm not passionate about it. Or I have the passion, but I don't have the skills about it. And lately, I've been having these conversations with some of Destination CEO participants. And honestly, if you don't have the skills, you need to upgrade, right? If you're passionate about something, you're going to find a way to upgrade. You're going to find a way to find the resources. And honestly, right now, nobody should have an excuse, because literally all of us, all the colleges, universities, so many services out there is offering free support. So passion, very important. Skills, the second important ingredient. When I talk about skills, I'm talking about your knowledge, but I'm also talking about what value you bring for the greater good, right? What are you doing for the community? And I'll give you an example. See, when I came to Canada in 2000, I came 99, and I started having some struggles. I realized what I was really passionate about. I wanted to make a difference. So be it a receptionist at the YMCA Employment and Community Services, nothing to do with employment resources, but I wanted to give back. So I started building resources for settlement for newcomers, resources for employment for newcomers. And then I took it a step further. I was promoted into employment resource consultant position. And I brought in employers to do employer expectations workshops, where employers would be interviewed by job seekers. And guess what? That ended up in getting, the participants hired, the job seekers hired, because they were building that rapport with the employer, and the employer was open about what their expectations was. I was in the substance abuse program. I started building resources for making better reports for at-risk youth that are stuck with, drugs and all of the other challenges of life. I moved into business development with a campsite. In the campsite, I knew I wanted to make a difference. So I reached out to schools in the suburbs. I reached out to, community agencies and other organizations, nonprofit and social enterprises who could not afford to go to leadership camps, and offered them a deal at such a phenomenal price that with a repeat business. So the deal was, I'll give you this deal for 2 years. It was, half the price. But was I going to give a loss to the company I was working for? No. The company was still going to make money, but they were going to have repeat business. So it was helping the community in greater good. Guys, no matter what it is that you want to do, that passion of what you want to make a difference. I'm telling you another story. When I started working at Humber College, the plight of the international students, the lack of job offers out there, the employment rate for most international students, it was not something that I took easily. And I started researching other organizations, and guess what? There was no service. And to date, I think some services are coming up, but there were no services 10 years ago that offered employment support to international students. I was not a job developer. I was a faculty that taught Career Connections program. So what did I do? I volunteered my time, and I started inviting employers to my classes. In fact, I remember the first year that I wanted to do that, I called it the exam. So some of you attended Resumania last week. It didn't germinate just out of the blue. No, 10 years ago, when I realized that international students in my class, their employment outcome was around 40–30%. I wanted to make a change. So I contacted a bunch of employers within numerous industries, and I said, guys, we're doing this Resumania event. It's a final exam for my students, and all you have to do is come review their resumes, ask them about themselves, and give them a star. And I remember it was like blue star, silver star, gold star, and that would give them the passing grade. Guess what? I had more than 50 employers that needed tech talent showed up, and 95.8% employed outcome from that one event. And that was not just once. When I started working with the employment, with the newcomers program, it was the same thing. I wanted everybody employed. These were newcomers. These were experienced professionals. Do you know, I hustled so hard that I had 100% employed outcome before they graduated. Not once, not twice, but for 3 years in a row. It was the only program, bridging program in Ontario that had such high, 100% is not a joke, but it was 100% employed return. At the end of the day, guys, when you're passionate about something, you will find a way to skill yourself and upskill yourself. I use my recruitment experience and my recruitment, my headhunting education, mixed it together with my coaching experience, and did and created this job development. 450 people, of course, students. I couldn't individually job develop for them. I mean, after all, it was a volunteer gig. So what did I do? I taught them how to cold call, how to power prospect, how to create portfolios, how to reach out to their dream employers. And even today, there is not a single day that I go to bed or I wake up in the morning excited about what we are doing. And we are doing just that and more for within our Destination CEO. Yes, last week I was so excited when I received a call from a president of a staffing agency, somebody I've worked with in the past but have not spoken to for over a year. And he told me, his name is Terry Shaw, and he told me he's been watching Mondays with Meena and loves it, and he's doing something for international students, and he'd love to talk to me about it. In fact, we're supposed to talk today, but anyways, we'll be talking about it. The point is, you have to be out there. If you're passionate about something and you have the skills, now look at how can your skills bring value to organizations. I was talking to a senior tech manager yesterday of a very, very large organization. And you know what he told me? He said that due to COVID, they had to do a furlough. And now that that COVID is going to second phase, when they're reaching out to their employees to come back, many employees are not ready to come back. What does that tell you? That tells you there are opportunities for you in this gig economy to reach out to companies, to showcase your skills, to talk about yourself and show them what value you can bring. It's not just about a job, but it's about building that relationship. And sometimes it will take you longer, but it will happen because I can guarantee it because it's happening with me. But it took me 20 years to get to where I am today. It wasn't overnight. So if it took me 20 years, I'm not saying it's going to take you 20 years. It's going to take you a few times. Find out what that niche is. What is it that you have that others may not? Or what is it that you can give that other may not have? So today, my guest on the show is super, super phenomenal because she's done all of that. She's a participant of Destination CEO, and I am putting her on this pedestal. I'm bringing her to this platform so that she can talk about herself. And I hope that her employer is watching this show, her future employer, seeing what value that Shelley brings, and hopefully you will reach out to her. So without further ado, I took too much time, but without further ado, guys, welcome Shelley. Hi Shelley, how are you today?
Hello everyone. Hi Meena, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fabulous, fabulous. I did such a long intro about passion and purpose, but let's talk about you. Tell me about yourself, Shelley. Tell the audience about yourself.
Yeah. Firstly, I'm so excited and happy to be here on your show. And thanks for having me. Okay. So I'll talk about myself now. So I'm a product designer based in Vancouver and with over 1 year of experience in the industry. My experience has been to understand how things work for human and how do they interact with the devices so that I can create and make a beautiful user-friendly platform for my users and clients to sort of just grow their business, and also have drafted various visual brand identities for the companies. I have worked on multiple real client projects and have niche industries experience in non-profits, B Corp, healthcare, and e-commerce. And I think as a person, I am quite adaptable and very curious to learn. And especially when when I transition my career from being an HR to being a UX designer, I think I must say that now I have wings to fly, and I've and I've made me curious to learn more things and just realize that there is so much more to learn and explore.
And go ahead.
Yeah, and for my qualification, I hold a bachelor's degree in management and a full stack design degree course I did from Red Academy. And currently I'm pursuing a human computer interaction course just to enhance my design skills.
So tell me a little bit about exactly what a designer does. So what does Shelley do on a day-to-day basis? I know that currently you are job searching, and that's why you're part of Destination CEO. But besides that, you're also volunteering. So, a little bit about some of the projects that you've done and what difference that's made, and why nonprofit?
I believe that working for a fact that you're bringing something very valuable to the humans, I think that's what nonprofit does. And I'm very fond of helping people to resolve their issues and on what they're struggling. So that's the reason I think I opted for nonprofit and B Corp organizations.
So I know that B Corp organizations are organizations that have that work for social causes,
Yes.
and you recently did something for the Aboriginal Center. What exactly did you do there?
Yeah, uh, it's a FRAFCA project that I did. It's also known as like Fraser Regional Aboriginal Friendship Center, which is based here in Surrey in Canada. And this company provides a wide range of health and social services, ranging from parenting to domestic violence preventions, empowering youth, and it basically serves the need of indigenous people in Vancouver, and to help them connect each other to their roots. So I've created a responsive design for both web and app. I redesigned the brand identity to modernize the design aesthetics and increase the visibility for the product, and enhance the user experience for users to improve sort of just navigating through the website or app, and help Frafka to sort of also get the funders for their nonprofit organization to grow for their service.
Beautiful, beautiful. What you've done is absolutely fantastic. And employers, if you're looking for a UI UX designer, I'm talking to one. She's fantastic, and she's in Vancouver. But now let's get into a little bit about your story. Right? You came to Canada 2 years ago, and you mentioned that you have HR experience behind. So user experience, like, let's talk about you. You came to Canada 2 years ago to Vancouver. How
Yeah.
was that? What was your journey like?
It has been awesome, I would say, and of course, I've struggled a lot in terms of my career, just finding a path how to move forward. So, in March 2018, I moved to Vancouver, and prior to that, I had 3 years of experience back in India. So I was quite confident, and that I'll get entry level jobs in Canada. And I did applied for various jobs with and met with multiple consultancies, went to meetups, and I was getting calls for sure, but there was not final result, I would say. So I tried this for around 1.5 years, um, faced various rejections, and it started bothering me then. So I did also a survival job for a while. It was not because I needed money at that time. It was just because I had to go out and talk to people so that I don't feel isolated and depressed. And luckily, my husband had a great support, and he introduced me for this course, UX and UI designing. So I was not very familiar with it, like what it is, and how, what all the roles are. So yeah, I started my research, and I did some online courses as well to understand in better ways how the daily life of UX UI designers is. And then later I got registered for a full stack design degree course at Red Academy. And I'm still struggling. It's not over yet. So yeah, definitely I'm just trying to figure out things, what works, what not. And DCEO has been a great part to support the community of immigrants and job seekers, I would say. Um, and all the mentors, I've learned so much from them. It's just commendable, and especially the confident booster therapies that you give, Meena, is just commendable. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to get back into why did you decide on upgrading yourself? So our topic today is, again, passion and skills joined together to provide value to others. And that's how, we feel that anybody and everybody can be successful. So what made you decide that you wanted to go and get that skill? Was it you mentioned your husband?
Yeah, it was my husband. He did
Are
suggested
you
me.
with me?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Sorry, technical difficulties as usual, but go for it. So yeah, what made you decide to go and upgrade yourself?
Yeah, so I was struggling, to figure out what is my passion. Does the HR field interests me or not? So I was just trying to figure out and trying to connect the dots. And then once my husband introduced me to this course, I just jumped in, and it just felt so good. And I just wanted to learn more, and it then the journey actually started. So usually people used to tell me that you do not have local experience, and based on that I started losing confidence and stuff. And then DCEO definitely helped me to build and reform my career into UX UI. So finding the right people and connecting a meaningful network is something that I've learned.
Just to mention, DCEO means Destination
Oh
CEO.
yeah, destination. Yeah. Sorry for
That's
that.
our hashtag, DCEO. And the next step is, of course, the importance of mentors. And you mentioned mentors are helping you even now.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, they are helping me just to, with the resumes, and especially the LinkedIn thing, because recruiters do see the LinkedIn profile firstly, once you have sent them a resume. So initially, my LinkedIn was so blank, and I remember that you were telling me, Shelley, just put something there. I was like, yeah, and then definitely working towards the visibility plays a great important role.
Thank you. This is so absolutely fantastic, Shelley. Look, what just popped up. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
employer from Asset One, for sending this message and encouraging Shelley. So as a newcomer, Shelley knows that, she has a passion to make a difference, to make things beautiful. I mean, you all saw our beautiful flyer. Shelley created that in a span of, I think, an hour. And she's just amazing. She's got the fantastic skills. So with a human resource background and upgraded skill on user experience design, Shelley is ready to be hired, and she has been working with nonprofits and making a difference in the community. Shelley, you're currently volunteering with another nonprofit, right?
Yes, I am volunteering. So it's just a startup company. It's a platform which provides information, educate people, and gives webinar sessions to people, and also there's a recruitment element towards that platform. So it's just in a very initial stage, I would say. Of course, the user research and market research, it's all going on. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that project.
So give me an example of how you would do, you're making a beautiful website and you want to get the uh, user to stay longer on the website. What would be some of the quick steps you would take in order to make it super friendly?
So I would say once the user have landed on any platform, I think a user will just give few seconds to sort of just try clicking few stuff that a user wants. If it's not working, the user is not going to stay there for long. They're going to just log out and trying searching different platforms, similar, competitive platforms that is there. So I think definitely making it super user friendly, just making it work as per, like, as a human, what would we do to just design it beautifully and navigating it properly, that why understanding why user is here. So I think that is something which is very important, and designing based on the strategies and various steps that is needed to be taken in the design thinking process. So, yeah.
So what are some of the steps you would take? You talked about doing a quick.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Shelley. I'm having technical difficulties and I don't know if you are. So did you go through the steps? I'm sorry, I got disconnected.
No, I didn't. So yeah,
So
just
first 3 steps.
First 3 steps. Yeah, so just meeting with the clients and researching about the users, the target audiences, and looking at the market, and also just planning wisely for that product to achieve the project and the business and user goals. Um, and of course implementing it, like creating wireframes and prototyping it, performing usability test is like super important. Feedbacks is super important, I think, for designing a product.
Thank you, Shelley. What is one thing that you would like to say? So I'd like you to say 2 things, actually. One, to those job seekers that are watching you, I have to admit you're extremely brave. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelley's never done this before. I put her on the spot, literally last minute, and I asked her to come live with me and talk a little bit about herself and to showcase her talent. So she did not say no even once. I know that that's passion. I know that she's a diamond and she's going to be an asset to any organization that hires her. So one tip that you want to say to the job seekers out there that are looking at you today as you are going through your own job search journey. And 2, I would like you to say one sentence to the employers that what value will you bring to their team as a designer?
Yeah, so I would say, like, taking risk is, of course, it's nerve-wracking, but I will highly suggest to take risk, because having 3 years of experience in some field, and then of course starting from scratch, even people have 8 years, 10 years of experience, and then they plan to transition their career. So I think definitely just be a go get going to achieve what you want. And yes, for employers, I would say I am looking for jobs for non-profit organizations, for B Corp, for startups, and I'm highly passionate about it. And I am, on a daily basis, I tend to improve my skills and try to connect with people. So yeah, if you're looking for a UX UI designer, do contact me.
She's in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vancouver. All right. Well, Shelley, thank you so much for your time today. Really, really appreciate it. And I have a message for all of you out here. Guys, the question I asked you today, what is your biggest struggle right now? Send me a message, put it in the chat. I'm definitely going to respond to you. Because when you send me a message on LinkedIn and I invite you to come to these shows and you don't, when I'm answering your questions, well, it's a missed opportunity. So if you do see the recorded version, you're missing it because of numerous reasons. You do see a recorded version, put in a message and let me know that you've gotten your answer. So what is your biggest struggle right now? Second, if you have the passion, do you have the skills? If you have the passion and the skills, are you reaching out to employers and showing them the value that you can bring to their team? And if not, what is stopping you from doing that? I just told you, a senior tech manager just told me that as they are inviting people to come back to work, many people have decided not to come back. What does that mean? That means opportunities for you. Many organizations are facing that. So this is the gig economy. Guys, do you know, actually, I want to mention, do you know what a gig economy is? A gig means a short-term contract, a short assignment. And it really started from when musicians would go to different venues to perform a gig. Well, this is the gig economy. People are looking for people who can do short-term contracts. You want to get employed, be out there, start knocking doors. If your option is just your job search is just based on online applications, like I said, it may be successful, but guys, 75% of positions are not even posted. So be out there and start speaking to people. I started with a zero. I reached up. For those of you that have watched me on this LinkedIn Live journey, this has itself been a major challenge. When I first started the LinkedIn Live shows, I struggled. And, my shows would just crash. I wouldn't even be able to do a proper show. The first time I went on, I was live and I didn't even know I was live and I was talking to myself. Anyways, Dean Colavera helped me out and said, hey, maybe you're doing this wrong. I checked it out and worked fine. I had to start meditating just because I was so nervous coming online. And guess what? Not easy for me to come here live and talk to you because I want to make sure that I'm providing value. And I hope I am. But I'll only know if I see people actually coming and putting comments. So come on, reach out there. I started building my LinkedIn Live. I made a big announcement that I'm going to be doing LinkedIn Live 3-4 times a week. And guess what happened? COVID happened and I got pneumonia. I was wiped out for 6 weeks. During that phase, I didn't even know if I was going to survive it, right? But I did. But during my recovery phase, I wanted to recap and, get back. But it takes time. Sometimes it takes a long time. We've been doing LinkedIn Live since May. We've been coming to you April and May. We've provided so many masterclasses, so many events, so many opportunities to you to get engaged. And I'm getting emails. Thank you, Hemant, for sending the email to me yesterday and telling me that because of these events, you were able to secure yourself a full-time job. And I get a lot of those emails that due to these events, due to these masterclasses, you are getting employed. So if there is a segment, and you know what? I have to tell you this, starting from zero is tough. When I got pneumonia and I had to start again, I had to restart. And if you can see, we don't have that many people that show up on our live stream. I could do one thing, close the live stream. But no, I'm going to keep building it because I know that it's reaching you. My voice, my suggestions will reach you. Just like how Terry called me last week and said, I want to talk about international students and how we can support them. I know that you're going to watch this show and you are going to be able to take value. You're going to look at those comments that are in the segment, and I know I haven't been able to check it, but you're going to look at those comments and you're going to be able to get value. All of those speakers and my support system, my Destination CEO mentors, all of these guys are over here. They're wanting to give back. They're wanting to support you. Why? Because they want to do that. You have to do that too. Stop saying interested. When a recruiter posts a position, stop saying interested or just, send your resume. Take the effort to do a proper application. Reach out to that recruiter and say, I applied for this position. This is who I am, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Not interested or check my profile and see if I'm suitable. Why should they do it? You need to do it because guess what? You are it. So, yes, I know we don't have a lot of views or viewers or audience that come, but I'm going to keep doing this. And I know that I'm bringing value. If you're bringing value and you have the skills and passion, just reach out. There is an employer out there waiting to hear from you. Thank you very much. These shows are all recorded and in our YouTube channel. So if you have not connected on our YouTube channel, please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to it. I have a little more. So 3 times a week, I come live. Mondays with Meena. Yes, this is the motivation show, and I'm going to bring in more people like Shelley from Destination CEO. On Wednesday, this week is, oh my God, it is a dynamite show because I have a group of panelists that are coming to talk about exactly what I talked about, but from their perspective. And then on Friday, I have a superb show. It's called The Spotlight. Yes, spotlight on more of the job, Destination CEO participants. And this time I'm bringing to you a business analyst and a finance director who are in transition so that employers out there can see their talent and connect with them. Thank you very much. I have done a lot and I have gone 6 minutes over time. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you will join us. If you have not signed up for the event that's happening on Saturday, July 11th, which is next Saturday, please make sure you do that. That is a speed mentoring event. On July 13th, we're having a masterclass with Laura Stuma. You got a lot to offer. Just reach out. We're all here. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, everybody. Wish you a beautiful day to this wonderful week. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.